Hello and good evening to all you wonderful quizzes out there. Welcome to Chennai Quiz Factory's official YouTube channel. And now that you're here, please do not forget to like our videos and subscribe to our channel. Firstly, CQF would like to wish everyone Onam Assam Sangal. So I hope I pronounced it right. Hope all of you had a wonderful Onam Sadhya on a lovely Saturday afternoon. And we thought let's end the day with some food for the brains. I would like to thank you all for the immense love that you showed us at Mileage 2 last week and the weeks prior to that. Most of you have been requesting us for the preliminary rounds as they were held closed room. So here we are with the first of several to come videos covering the prelims of Mileage 2. And we start off with Wayfarer, the travel quiz, which was held, I think, on Saturday, July 27th. And all of these quizzes were on buzzer. So I shall give you about 10 seconds after each question to work out the answer. So if you're all ready, I'm all set. So hope you are all set. Pack your bags, grab your tickets, and let's go to Wayfarer. Here we are with the question number 1. The English word X is said to have originated from the French word for work, which in English means a struggle. According to Merriam-Webster dictionary, it was around the 14th century that the first known use of X is found. Simon Winchester, in his book The Best Traveler's Tales in 2004, says that the words X and the French word both share an even more ancient root, a Roman instrument of torture called the tripalium. So, what word are we talking about here? Also, what is the French word that means struggle in English? Your countdown starts. 10 seconds to mull over the question, think of the answer. It's a travel quiz, so guess based on that. And time's out. The answer is travel, which comes from travail, which means work in French, but it means a struggle in English. Question number 2. What in Malaysia is derived from an obsolete term for jagged in local language and were initially used to refer the serrated edges of the Spanish dollars, as you can see in the image here. So what in Malaysia, very much required to travel in Malaysia, of course, came from these Spanish dollars? Time's out, and the answer is the Malaysian currency ringgit. So ringgit comes from serrated edges of the Spanish dollars. Question number 3. X's were introduced into the Netherlands in the late 1500s and were much sought after. In 1634, their prices surged to an extent that each piece was sold at about 5,500 florins, which was equivalent to about 8 pounds of gold in those times. In fact, X's were traded and speculated, and people started investing in them. But eventually, the bubble burst, and in February 1637, the prices of X's hit the dirt. So thousands of people who had invested in them became bankrupt overnight, and investors refused to honor future contracts. Courts dismissed the cases, ruling them the debts cannot be enforceable by law. So what is X here? The time starts. I'm sure most of you would have got it. Something synonymous with Netherlands. So the answer is tulips. So we got these wonderful tulip gardens in Netherlands. So tulips is the answer. We move on. This is the only country in the world where voodoo is recognized as an official religion. Voodoo is such an important part of the culture that ex-president Francois Duvalier recognized himself as a voodoo priest. Name this country, which also was the first country in the Western Hemisphere to abolish slavery. So which country where voodoo is a religion and the country also abolished slavery for the first time in the Western Hemisphere? The answer is Haiti. So Haiti is a country that I was looking for as an answer. We move on to the next question. Seychelles was a lesser known and visited group of islands until towards the end of the 1990s. The tourism department of the country gladly hosted two events in 1997 and 1998 purely to showcase the beautiful spots in the islands and boosted tourism. So what events were held at Seychelles in 1997 and 1998? So 2 consecutive years, what event took place? which was to boost the tourism of Seychelles? And the answer is the Miss World pageants. And one of the Miss World pageants was won by Indian then, Diana Hayden. So I'm sure that most of you would have got it right. Moving on to next question. Jordan is considered to be one of the most hospitable countries of the Middle East. The country has been the spot for innumerable movies across several languages. So hosts in Jordan keep pampering you with lots of food and coffee. They keep refilling your coffee until you show a specific sign asking them to stop. So what should you do to let your guests know, or rather your host know, that you have had enough? So what in Jordan is a sign used to say enough of coffee for me? Okay, time's out. You just have to shake the cup from side to side. So make sure you don't spill it on your neighbor sitting next to you. So that's what you do in Jordan to say enough of coffee for me. Next question. X is a city located on Yemen's Red Sea coast. The city served as a major hub of the coffee trade from the 15th to the 18th centuries. The X beans sold at X were famous for their distinctive flavor. So IDX, which also lent its name to a popular chocolate flavored variant of the coffee. So which chocolate flavored variant of the coffee comes from a city which is located on Yemen's Red Sea coast? I'm sure most of you have got it. It's mocha. So moving on to the next question. Earlier in late 2019, former South African all-rounder Jack Carles posted this picture of his on Twitter. He had shaved half of his mustache and beard for a specific cause. So what was he campaigning for through this style? So look at the image, look at his half beard, not the shaven half, but the half where you can actually see his beard. Try to work out. Time's out. And the answer is Save the Rhino campaign. I'll go back to the picture. So if you look at it, it actually looks like a one-horned rhino from the side. So that was the campaign, Save the Rhino campaign. Jack Carles was part of. Moving on to the next question. What is the official name of this tower? Looks simple. Most of you have got this right, but there are also others who would have probably come across the most popular answer. So what is the official name of this tower? Time ends. The official name is Elizabeth Tower. It is not Big Ben. Big Ben is only the bell on top of the clock tower. So this is the Elizabeth Tower. So moving on to the next question. If you are having dinner at the Atmosphere, where in the world are you right now? Atmosphere with a dot after at. So where are you right now in the world if you are having dinner at Atmosphere? It's a tall answer, a high answer, if I may say. Okay, time's out. The answer is Burj Khalifa in Dubai. It's situated at the 122nd floor, the highest restaurant in the world. Moving on. Although 9 countries share the coastlines with the Baltic Sea, the geopolitical term Baltic states is given to only 3 countries that lie to the east of the Baltic Sea. The term is not used in terms of cultural significance, national identity, or language, as although the majority of the people living here are the Baltic people, the majority in one of these countries is Finnic. So which of these 9 countries form the Baltic states? Which 3 of these 9 countries form the Baltic states? Denmark, Estonia, Finland, Germany, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, Russia, and Sweden. So which 3 of these 9 countries form the geopolitical term Baltic states? So time's out. The answer is Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania are called the Baltic states. Moving on. Simple one. ID this low-cost airline company. So ID this low-cost airline company from the logo. Very simple. Most of you would have probably traveled on it too. Okay. The answer is Ryanair. So that was the logo of Ryanair. Moving on. So on which African river would you find the Victoria Falls? So we also had a lot of school children participating. So you would come across questions as simple as these. straight from your geography books. So on which African river would you find the Victoria Falls? The answer is River Zambezi. So River Zambezi is where you find the Victoria Falls. Moving on. A lengthy question. His remains were first buried at a convent in Valladolid, then moved to the monastery of La Cartua in Seville by the will of his son Diego. They may have exhumed in 1513 and interred at the Cathedral of Seville. In about 1536, the remains of both X and his son Diego were moved to a cathedral in colonial Santo Domingo, which is in the present-day Dominican Republic. By some accounts, around 1796, when France took over the entire island of Hispaniola, X's remains were moved to Havana in Cuba. So after Cuba became independent following the Spanish-American War in 1898, the remains were moved back to the Cathedral of Seville in Spain. However, in 1877, a priest discovered a lead box at Santo Domingo, which had this inscription, Discoverer of blank, First Admiral. So inscriptions found the next year read, Last of the remains of the First Admiral, Sir X, the Discoverer. This box contained bones of an arm and a leg as well as a bullet. So these remains were considered legitimate by physician and US Assistant Secretary of State John Eugene Osborne. So these remains were kept at the Basilica Cathedral of Santa Maria la Menor before having moved to the X Lighthouse, which was inaugurated in 1992. The authorities in Santo Domingo have never allowed these remains to be exhumed, so it is unconfirmed whether they are from X's body as well. So who is this traveler who seemed to have traveled quite a bit even after his death? A simple answer, a long question, but who is this very famous traveler who's traveled a bit even after his death? Okay, as you might all guessed, the answer is Christopher Columbus. That's right. Moving on. The Nevis, Rotorua, Kawarau Bridge, Auckland Harbour Bridge, The Ledge, Taupo, Auckland Sky Tower, Mokai Gravity Canyon, Hanmer Springs, Shotover Canyon. They're all considered to be the best spots to do what in New Zealand. New Zealand is famous for several things, several beautiful spots. So what are these spots famous for? The answer is bungee jumping. The extreme sport, bungee jumping is right. Moving on. Ignatius Amadua Atigbe, a late Nigerian national, is credited to have proposed what for world tourism? So we remember him, or at least what he has found or what he started year after year. So what did he start or what did he propose? Okay, the answer is World Tourism Day on September 27, comes from a civilian, a Nigerian, and yeah, that's the answer. Moving on. Simple one again, identify this organization. The blue color is a giveaway. At least you know from where it comes from. So identify the organization related to travel and your time's out. It's UNWTO or the UN World Tourism Organization. So that's the answer. Moving on. Simple one again. South Africa has 3 capital cities. Name all 3. So name the 3 capital cities of South Africa. Let's see if you come out with it. And the answer is Cape Town, Bloemfontein, and Pretoria. So if you had answered Durban, I think you need to brush your geography books again. Cape Town, Bloemfontein, and Pretoria. Moving on. If you are dining at a designer's hotel inside the Burj Khalifa, who would that designer be? Simple one, famous one. I think you would have heard about this fact several times. So which designer's hotel is inside the Burj Khalifa? Time out, and the answer is Armani. You got an Armani hotel or restaurant in Burj Khalifa. Moving on. So this is the mountain called as the 6 grandfathers by Native Americans. It was named by Lakota medicine man Nicholas Black Elk after a vision. So this was the vision he had. The vision was of 6 sacred directions: west, east, north, south, above, and below. The directions were said to represent kindness and love. full of years and wisdom like human grandfathers. But what exactly happened between 1927 and 1941 year? Time starts. So look at these mountains. Um, what could have happened between 1927 and 1941 here? Time's out. The answer is the carving of Mount Rushmore. So this was the sixth grandfather mountain, which was used to carve the four presidents' head busts. So carving of Mount Rushmore. In which picturesque island nation would you find the seven-colored Earth? So in which picturesque island nation would you find the seven-colored Earth? This beautiful picture out here. So where would you find it? The answer is Mauritius. So Mauritius, which is also considered to be the lowest lying country in the world. So Mauritius is the answer. Moving on. Hawaii starts here. Where? A simple question. So we are not asking for the geographical location of Hawaii, but what does this phrase Hawaii starts here indicate? End of the question. Time out. The answer is Hawaiian Airlines. So the tagline of Hawaiian Airlines. They also have another tagline called "Come Voyage with us." So that's Hawaii starts here. Moving on. Interesting question. So if you are visiting this hotel resort in Jamaica now, how would you connect yourself with the most popular MI6 agent on screen? So look at that symbol of the resort, and that's the resort itself. A recent picture of the resort and the hotel or the hotel. Time out. It's the Golden High Resort. So Ian Fleming stayed there, and then that's the answer. Golden Eye is the answer. Moving on. On September 4, 2011, who was probably not able to keep up with the beauty of the Bora Bora Island in French Polynesia and lost her $75,000 earring and went hysterical. This promptly ended in the creation of several memes that flooded the internet, but it also worked well for the show that had X as the lead. What show or who was X? So we read the question, clues in the question. September 4, 2011, someone was not able to keep up with the beauty of the Bora Bora Island. So time's out. The answer is Kim Kardashian. So there were a lot of internet memes that fled Kim Kardashians, and the show was Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Moving on. So if you are on a fashion tour across the globe and attend the big four fashion weeks, which four cities would have been part of your agenda? So got fashion weeks all over the world, but which four cities constitute the big four fashion weeks? I'm out, and the answer is New York, London, Paris, and Milan. So those are the big four fashion weeks. Moving on. Where are these photographs from? They are not from a particular place, but they have become a trend in several major cities across the world. In fact, even in India, you find these in a lot of cities, including one in Chennai also. So where do you find these? Time's out. The answer is these are the escape rooms or the breakout rooms. So these are themed rooms. So you need to, so they give you a lot of clues to come out or escape, as they're called. So escape room or the breakout rooms. Moving on. If you are ordering for a traditional lunch plate and you get this, in which country are you in? So look at the plate, mouth watering. So which country are you in? Times out. The answer is Greece. So this is a typical Greek menu. Baked chicken over orzo, stuffed grape leaves, tomato and cucumber salad, fresh oranges, and Greek yogurt with pomegranate seeds. So that's the Greek menu. Moving on. So connect these three images. Connect these three images. The picture in the center is the answer straight away. I would say, kind of. Okay. And time's out. The answer is Florence. So that's the statue of David, Florence Nightingale, and Dante. So Florence is the connect. Moving on. If you are an arts aficionado and are right at the below address, or right now at the below address, what is located there? 1000 Fifth Avenue, New York City, 10028. So where are you if you are at this address in New York right now? 1000 Fifth Avenue, New York City. Times out. The answer is the Metropolitan Museum of Art. So that's where it is located. Moving on. So these are around the world with blank blank. So blank blank released a couple of years back these ultra chic city guides that cover about 30 of the world's most iconic metropolises. So who operates these guides? Through their own publishing house. So these are mini guides, pocket guides. So who came up with this? I'll give you a clue. A big fashion house came up with these. So around the world with blank blank, times out, it's Louis Vuitton. So around the world with Louis Vuitton. So they covered about 30 major cities in the world. So Singapore, Paris, Los Angeles, Cape Town, and the other big cities. Moving on. So the images here are that of luminous wheel, an installation made to Toronto's Prince Edward Viaduct. It took the Canadian government a huge 5.5 million Canadian dollars to construct this, and it was partly funded through crowdsourcing as well. So with over 9,000 steel rods, 12.7 centimeter or 5 inches apart and 5 meters high, it stretches to the cantilevered girders. For what was the luminous wheel installed primarily, apart from being a piece of public art? So there's a specific reason that this luminous wheel was installed at this particular place. So what is the reason? So times out. So to prevent the high number of suicides that were taking place at the viaduct, so that was a preferred suicide spot. So that's why they had this high girders placed and had this luminous wheel installed. Moving on. The Kevra salt mines in Pakistan are the world's second largest salt mines after the Sifto mines in Ontario. In 326 BC, members of Alexander's army were falling sick during their subcontinent campaign and were resting near Kevra. So while resting, they had the chance to taste the rocks nearby and in due course seemed to get better. It was then that these salt mines were discovered by chance. So who were these members of the Alexander's army? Sorry. So which part of the army, which members of the army were responsible for discovering the Kevra salt mines? Time out. The answer is horses. So the horses typically licked these rocks and then found to be the army found them to be becoming much healthier, and that's how they found the Kevra salt mines. Moving on. This is the Adams Peak in Sri Lanka, where lies the Sri Pada, which in Sinhalese means the sacred footprint. This 1.8 meter footprint found here is believed to be that of Buddha when he visited Sri Lanka. Tamil Hindus believe it is the footprint of Lord Shiva, and the Portuguese Christians believe it to be of Saint Thomas. But the other Christians and Muslims believe it is that of Adam, and the legends to Adam is based on the belief that Sri Lanka itself was blank. Fill in the blanks. So what did the Christians and Muslims in Sri Lanka believe this to be? Believe Sri Lanka to be? Times out. The answer is Eden. So they believe Sri Lanka was the Garden of Eden, and that's why they believe the footprint is that of Adam. Moving on. Hasanullah Moni, a wealthy filmmaker, had visited X in 1980s for the first time. He was mesmerized by the looks of that's X, and visited several times later again. So having realized that this country does not, or rather his country does not have any noteworthy tourist spots, he decided to fulfill his dream and started working on creating a duplicate of X. He envisioned his dream as a large film set and sent several experts to X to take the measurements and other details. Moni also felt that since his country suffered from poverty, many of his fellow countrymen would not be able to afford to see the actual X. So what was reconstructed by Moni and his team, spending a whooping $56 million, and also identify the country where this is located. So I'll give you a clue probably now. X is in India. I think you might have come out with it now. The answer is the Taj Mahal in Bangladesh. So this is the doppelganger of Taj Mahal in Bangladesh. Hasanullah Moni funded it. So moving on. X, Rinka, Flores, Gilimotang, Padar. So IDX, and what is this list about? It's an exclusive, exhaustive list. X, Rinka, Flores, Gilimotang, Padar. X would give you the answer actually. Time out. The answer is Komodo. So the only 5 islands where you find the Komodo dragons in Indonesia. Moving on. One of the strangest festivals of the world, Kanamara Matsuri, celebrates male reproductive organ and other things related to fertility. Kanayama Shrine is the site of this annual festival in which Japanese city is the Kanamara Matsuri celebrated. The name of the city is otherwise known to the outside world on streets and race tracks. So which city is the site for Kanayama Shrine where the annual Kanamara Matsuri festival takes place? Time's out. The answer is Kawasaki. Kawasaki, as we know in the race world, and Kawasaki is also the city where the festival is celebrated. Moving on. A list, big list, X, Vladimir, and I'm not sure how to pronounce the Russian words. So read through it. X through Y. What is X and what is Y? So what is X and what is Y? Time out. The answer is Moscow and Vladivostok. So this is the Trans-Siberian Railway line that we are talking about. It starts at Moscow and ends at Vladivostok and vice versa when it returns. Moving on. Azulejos constitute a major aspect of Portuguese architecture to this day and are fixtures of buildings across Portugal and its former territories. Many azulejos chronicle major historical and cultural aspects of Portuguese history. Azulejos is the Portuguese word for X, though its origin is Arabic. In Portugal, most of the azulejos you find combine the colors white and blue mainly. And you can find them everywhere from churches to monasteries and even to simple houses, restaurants, everywhere actually. The blue color was seen as a synonym of power and wealth, which is why you can easily find them on important monuments all over the country. What are these azulejos? Blue and white in color all over Portugal and its former territories. What are these? The answer is tiles or tile work. So look at those beautiful blue and white tile works. So this is what these are what are called azulejos. Moving on. The origin of these places, as believed by many, is actually a myth. The true origin of these comes from the Dutch colonial times, where people used to gather in the valleys to sell their products. Over the years, the valley got shortened to Vlie, which had a different pronunciation in Dutch. This eventually got Americanized, which led to its current form. What are we talking about here? That is a major attraction in several cities across the world, especially for budget shopping. And what is the general myth that is believed across the world as its origin? So something that comes from Vlie, which is pronounced differently in Dutch. What term or word that we get from valleys? Moving on, timeout. The answer is flea markets. So Vlie is pronounced as flea in Dutch. So that's where you get flea markets from. And the myth is that they were second-hand goods markets that usually had fleas surrounding them. So that's a myth. The Dutch origin is the fact. Moving on. In reality, it does not exist as per industry standards. It is a myth, and Burj Al Arab itself does not market itself as one. It is credited to an unnamed British journalist who, in her excitement of seeing the luxurious hotel, used it in her pre-opening press report. The reason could also be because of Dubai redefining opulence, with VIPs becoming VVIPs and platinum memberships being offered instead of gold memberships. So what was attributed to Burj Al Arab as the first? So this in reality does not exist as per industry standards. So what is Burj Al Arab considered to be the first of? Time's out. The world's first 7-star hotel. So that's not a beep word. That's just my idea of creativity. So world's first 7-star hotel. Moving on. The 16th arrondissement of Paris hosts several famous sporting venues, including the Roland Garros, the PSG home ground, Parc des Princes, and the Stade Jean Bouin, the Stadium Francois Rugby Union Club. Here lies the Pont de Alma Bridge and the Pont de Alma Tunnel. At the northern end of the bridge, you find the sculpture which was offered to Paris in 1989 by the International Herald Tribune in celebration of its 100th anniversary that took place in 1897. So two parts. What is the name of the structure? And if this was a replica, where would you have seen the original? Very simple actually. Look at the structure. You would probably have seen it somewhere else in another part of the world. Time's out. The answer is it's called the Flame of Liberty, and you would have seen it on top of the torch held by the Statue of Liberty. So it's the Flame of Liberty. Moving on. This is the Iguazu Falls. That is one of the largest waterfalls in the world and one of the new 7 wonders of nature as per the results of the campaign run by Bernard Weber and New 7 Wonders Foundation. So how would you be able to connect this wonder with the recently concluded Copa America finals? Your 10 seconds starts now. So how would you be able to connect this wonder, natural wonder, with recently concluded Copa America finals? Time's out. The answer is it's a natural boundary between Brazil and Argentina. So just like Niagara Falls, the argument always is which side of Iguazu Falls is more beautiful, from the Brazilian side or the Argentinian side. Moving on. So if you're wining and dining at the Eiffel Tower restaurant while having a great view of the Arc de Triomphe, La Fontaine des Mers, the Louvre, the Musée d'Orsay, and the Opera House, in which city are you in? So Eiffel Tower restaurant, very simple, right? Eiffel Tower restaurant. So where would you find these? Moving on, the answer is Las Vegas. So it's not as simple as Paris. It's the Las Vegas. The answer that I was looking for. That's where you find the Eiffel Tower replica and the Eiffel Tower restaurant. Moving on. While industry standard hotel ratings exist, there have also been alternate ratings such as the Green Key International and Green Key Global for eco classification, Green Globe for sustainable tourism, etc. So in that sense, what is a Salam standard in hotel ratings? So another hotel question, hotel ratings question, in fact. So what is a Salam standard in hotel ratings? Easy to guess. Time's out. So these are the Muslim friendly hotels. So offering prayer mats, halal restaurants, no alcohol in the rooms, etc. So they are called the Salam standards. Moving on. The final question of the quiz. Hope you enjoyed. The 45th question. Here it comes. Here are a few of the snaps of the village Mawlinong in Meghalaya. So it was declared as the blank village in Asia in 2003 by the Discover India magazine and is still considered to be the #1 in India. So fill in the blanks with something tourists expect during a vacation, and in a sense is also responsible for any place to be the opposite of Mawling 2. So which sobriquet was given in 2003 by Discover India magazine to this village called Mawlinong in Meghalaya? Time's out. The answer is the cleanest village in Asia. So that was a sobriquet. Hope you enjoyed the quiz. So thank you so much. We shall come up with more videos of the other films as well. And please do like us, subscribe to our channel, and we will continue to entertain you as much as possible. Thank you so much. With that, I end the quiz. See you all in another quiz soon.